Tamales on a Thursday is the work of a mad woman. And guess what? I'm a little bit of a loca, so tonight we're going to make some birria tamales if you want to tag along. I've got some corn husks. I find the easiest way to soak these is to add them in a big pan with hot water. Then I just take a dinner plate and I smash that down. Set those to the side and let them soak. That helps clean the silks off, and it also helps make those pliable for rolling. Since I'm making tamales today, I bought myself a new housewarming gift. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Look at the insert pan. Just the colors are beautiful. So I got this big beauty. We're going to call her Rosa to replace Big Bertha. Now, I have had Big Bertha a really long time. Only reason I'm retiring Big Bertha, the last time we moved, I smashed this pan and it just doesn't sit right in here anymore. No matter what I do, it always falls because of that gap right there, and my tamales started getting wet. Look how big this pan is. Ho, ha, ho. We're not going to get rid of her. She's just going to end up being a big soup, birria, or pozole pan when I make for huge crowds. But Bertha is retiring from tamales. It's about time. And Rosa is going to take over. Something like this might seem so small to you, but it's so big to me. Literally, she's as big as Big Bertha. I've got my leftover birria. I'm warming this up just enough to separate the consomme from the meat. I'm going to save some of the consomme to dip the birria tamales in, but I want to use a lot of this for my broth for my masa. Masa we got from the food pantry. I'm going to use all of this up because I am definitely going to need that much masa to make my tamales. And I know I said in my last video that I'm trying to use up everything before we move. Nothing can be donated back to the food pantry. It's either expired and needs to be used up and I cannot redonate it, or everything is in open containers like this, and in theory you cannot get this back to the food pantry. You're going to take some lard. If you don't have access to lard, any oil works fine in place of it. In a pinch, I have used olive oil, vegetable oil, whatever I have on hand to make these. I'm not going to use the whole container. I use like 3/4 of it. Not everyone seasons their masa. I do, and I'm pretty sure that's what makes my tamales stick apart because I don't like any of my tamal being bland. Oregano. And believe it or not, oregano is commonly used in old school Mexican cooking. Salt. Slap ya mama. A little bit of chicken tomato bouillon powder. Some black pepper for y'all know who. Did you say the honey? You got that right. If you got it, go wild. Just a little bit of cumin. I have that birria consomme. I'm going to add just a little bit at a time. You don't want to add too much liquid to your masa to start. And this is one of those things that you got to eyeball it. I have never tried to make this with measurements. I always just go by the consistency. The float test, that's not what equals a good masa. I never use the float test. Just because your masa floats does not mean it's going to be good. You want a peanut butter type consistency. That's the best way to describe what you're looking for. I've almost got this to the consistency I'm looking for. It's really close. I have a lot of people that try to bully me because I'm a no sabo kid, but I am a 3rd generation Mexican. I'm a Mexican American. My grandpa was an immigrant from Durango, Mexico. So that's where a lot of my Mexican stuff comes in, you guys. The reason I'm a no sabo kid is because I'm a 3rd generation. We've been here in America for a little bit. Just because I'm a no sabo kid does not make me any less Mexican. It's so crazy being a Mexican American because you're not American enough for the Americans and you're not Mexican enough for the Mexicans. Like, make it make sense. This is the consistency you're looking for, you guys. Like I said, kind of like peanut butter. So with your big tamale pan, there's going to be this lip in here where this pan is going to go. You're also going to fill this pan with water up to that lip. You're going to take some of those corn husks and line the bottom of your pan. Now keep in mind, this is how I roll my tamales. Doesn't matter how your auntie, your cousin, your sister, your grandma does it. This is how I do it. You're going to take some strips off of your corn husks, okay? Some people like to do theirs on the smooth side. I do not. I like to do mine on the ridge side. I just take a big spoonful of masa, a simple spatula, and spread it out. The meat portions on these, up to you. If you like a meaty one, make it meaty. I know the biggest complaint a lot of people have when they get a tamal is that it doesn't have enough meat in it. Whenever I make mine, I make sure they're fat. So I roll mine over just like this. I always take a second corn husk, wrap it around. Extra protection. Fold this up. See that nice little strip there? You're just going to take it and tie a couple knots. See that? Looks like a cute little present. You're going to put that in your big pan. And you always want to make sure they're standing upright. Don't lay them down. They won't cook right. I know there's also a way you can do this in the Instapot, but I don't want my ancestors in heaven waving a chancla at me, so I try to cook it the traditional way. This is pretty much the most tedious part of making tamales, is having to roll them. It's 5:15 my time now, so I'll probably be done rolling these within the next hour. So I'm going to roll these up and check back in with you. We got the girls all lined up in the pan, ready to go. You're going to take those extra odd-sized corn husks and lay those on top like a nice little barrier. You can also use a towel and wrap it around the lid. Same thing. Also got these done just a wee bit sooner than 6 o'clock, which is exciting because this is going to take at least 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. Because I rolled my tamales so thick, I'm going to cook them for an hour and 15 minutes. While I'm waiting for those to cook, I'm going to take all the stuff I bought over the weekend over to the food pantry because they're open between 6 and 8, and you usually got to catch them when they're open to drop off your donations. All right, you guys, we got everything packed up and ready to go. Now your tamales, after those have cooked for the hour and 15 minutes, you take the lid off and you let them cool for at least 30 minutes so they can finish setting. If you serve them when they're too hot, they just fall apart. Let's crack that bad boy open. Look at this. And it comes out just perfect. Like I said, some people don't like to use the ridge side because they say your tamale sticks. No, it does not. Not if you have a good masa. Look at that. Literally perfect. Onion and cilantro. Some consomme. And just like that, you'll have birria tamales, bougie on a budget style. Let's break that open. Look at that. A little bit of lime. Dip that in the consomme. Here's a bite for you guys. Excuse me while I do some unspeakable things with this. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Love y'all. Bye.